Now, oyster mushroom farming is gaining momentum in the country as small-scale farmers turn to the lucrative crop to supplement their incomes. With minimal space requirements and fast turnover, it's fast becoming the go-to venture for modern agri-preneur. Dennis Otieno tells us more on this week's Smart Farm.
In Kiambu County's banana area, one farmer has taken the lead in this agricultural shift. Wangari Kuria, through her brand Farmer on Fire, is transforming not just mushrooms but mindsets. She's proving that even with limited land, it is possible to build a thriving agribusiness.
This passion started around 8 years ago, and it was because I had a challenge of space. I only had an eighth, and I needed to come up with something that is going to create an income for myself. And with that challenge, I needed something that will make economic sense. And for me, mushroom answered that question. It's grown indoors, so you don't need so much space in terms of acreage to produce as much quantities or as much revenue as we get in mushroom farming.
Her journey began in Kitengela, where she took a first training from a local farmer in Kikuyu, investing 2,500 shillings. Over time, she mastered both the theoretical and practical sides of mushroom farming, substrate handling, sterilization, industry jargon, and infection control. Wangari chose oyster mushrooms for their market consistency, rich flavor, and impressive returns.
Oysters are very new and exciting. For me, I think they're even more tastier than the baton. The baton is more popular. However, the prices fluctuate a lot. With oysters, you can be able to get a consistent market price all year round, and the people who know them always go for that. So for us, we specialize in white oyster mushrooms and grey oyster mushrooms, which surprisingly produce very well. So we sell our oysters at 180 to 200 shillings per punnet. A punnet is a quarter kilogram, which means 4 of them is what will make 1 kilo, which means you can earn upward of 800 shillings per kilo.
The farming process is precise. Cotton seed substrate is packed into bags, sterilized, seeded, and left to colonize for 4 weeks. Vertical shelves maximize space. Wangari's grow house holds up to 6,000 bags.
These temperatures have to be monitored, and the house has to be highly humid. As you can feel, it's very cool and cold in here. Another thing, darkness plays a part. Ensure that the room doesn't have too much lighting coming to it, because mushroom love darkness a bit, yes.
With a short shelf life, mushrooms must be preserved quickly. Wangari uses sun drying to extend their shelf life to 6 months, making them viable for distant markets.
Just like chicken.
It's good. So market was a big challenge. However, we had to employ marketers and ensure that they are going into hotels, into the Asian community, Chinese community. We have a growing of that, especially in Nairobi, and we can be able to get ready market for our farmers and aggregate for them as well. Challenge number 2 was infection. There is something called mold, because remember, mushroom is a fungus, so you are growing a mold. However, there are molds that are undesired. And that comes when you get an infection or when you have not sterilized your crop properly.
Having already expanded into dried and packaged mushroom products, Wangari now aims to tap into Kenya's growing base of health-conscious consumers and eventually international export markets. Achieving this, however, will depend on the groundwork and dedication she's prepared to invest. Dennis Otieno, Smart Farm.